So as of now we have seen what is the basic definition of list and what basically a list is. Now I will be telling you about how to update a list. Okay, if you have seen my video of string, you have noticed that we can't modify the specific element just by giving the index value, but this is the quality of list that you can do so in the list. So if you'll give some index value just by giving the variable name, you can manipulate and modify the value present at that index value. So simple now. So yeah, let's move further and I will be explaining you more about it. This is an example on the screen, that is nested equals to nested list 2 comma list 37 4 and list hello. So here what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to do that I want to manipulate, I want to modify the value which is present at the index 1. So here as I have just given one index, that is by default my first list will be considered because I have only given one index value. What I'm trying to say is that here only one index value is given. So what will it actually mean? It actually means index value of list 1. And what is the index value of list 1? That is 4. Okay, so I want to manipulate this value. I don't want 4. I want something else instead of 4. So what I did, I simply write nested 1, that is the index value, and I just modified that value, that is 4, to 7. What I did, I modified the value 4 with 7. So what will be my output? My output will be this. You can clearly see this, that instead of 4, now there is 7. So yeah, you can give any index value and you can easily modify any element just by giving the index value. So simple now. Why we can do so with lists? Just because lists are mutable, they can be modified, they can be changed easily, and strings were immutable. Strings are immutable. That is why we can't do this in strings. Okay, simple. Now let's see the next example. This is the second example, nested 0 1 is to 0, that is 19. What we are trying to do, we're simply trying to do that the index value 0, that is this complete of this, go to the first position. What is the first position? This, and of this list go to the 0th index. Now you might be getting little confused. Let me tell you what I'm trying to explain. Let me take another color. Here, this is the list 1. Of this list, this is the 0th index as in whole. Okay, so I did this. Now talking about the first, that is this. Let me change the color. Suppose I took this. Now this is the index 1 of this complete list. Look what is actually happening, as it is a nested list example which we have seen in the earlier video. So here is the list inside the list and there is one more list inside the list. So what is happening for this list, this complete is a 0th index element. Okay, for this list, number 1 list, this is complete 0th index element. For list which is present at the 0th index, that is this is also a list, as it is denoted by the square brackets. So for this too, this is also a list. So for this we need to enter inside the, that is the list which is present at the 0th position, that is this is present at the 0th position. So this list, inside this list go into the list which is present at the first position, that is the list 37. Now inside this list 37 go into the index 0. So what is present in the index 0? What is there? That is 37. So what will you do? You will simply write list 1 0th index list, that is this. Then inside it list which is present at index 1, that is list 37, and then element of the list 37 of index 0, that is 37. So I want to change 37 as 19, and now you can see the output that list 1 of 0th index, list present at the first index, inside it the value present at the 0th index is changed to 19. Don't get confused, it's just simple that every index is representing the index of this nested list. Okay, let me rub this. Now what basically is happening, if I'm writing like this will by default take the first list, then talking about 0 index, it will go to the 0th position, then it will go for first position, that is 19, and then it will check for the 0th index, that is the 0th index present inside the list, as this is also a list. So what is the 0th index of this list? That is 19. The value present as the 0th index is 19. So that is why I am getting the output like this, because I wanted to change this only. I wanted to manipulate this value only, which was earlier 37. What? This value was earlier 37, now it became 19. I hope you got this. Still, if you are getting confused, still if you are feeling little confused and not getting all this, don't worry. Further we will make some programs, we'll work on this. So don't get panicked, don't bother. Practice makes the person perfect, okay? So it's okay, chill. Now, as we have seen that we can easily modify any value just by giving the index value, and that is the quality of list. This quality is happening because of the property of mutability. Mutable, that is, we can easily modify. And unlike string, we can do this all. In string, we was not able to do all this thing. Why? We was not able to manipulate any character or string which is present in the index, just because of the property of immutability. Immutable means which cannot be modified, and mutable means which can be modified easily. This is the simple concept. I hope you got this. Now, let's jump into the interpreter, and I'm gonna show you how to update the list. So, let me demonstrate you all this in interpreter. So what I will be doing, I'll do all of this in this file only, list.py, which I made in the last video for nested list. So what I'm doing, I'll just comment this out. And this is our example, you can see it. So with the same example, I am demonstrating you how to modify an element which is present in specific index. Now, nested 1 equals to 7. Now, print nested 1. Let's see what will be the output. You can see now the answer is 7. Actually, what I did, I just print the element which is present in the nested list 1. Nested list 1, index 1. Now what I will be printing, I'll print nested completely. You can see, let me tell you. What I did, I changed the value present at the index 1 of list 1 with 7, and what was the earlier value? The earlier value was 4. You can see it on the screen, and it is now changed to 7. So yeah, I hope you got this. Now the second example, I believe that you was getting more confused in that example only. So I'll explain you. This, then this, this. 19, print nested. So what basically I'm trying to do, I've taken a list 1. Of that list, I've taken an index 0 element, that is 2, list 37. Now I wanted the value which is present at the index 1 of the list 0, of the element 0. So element 0 is a list. And what is the element present at the index value 1 of the list 0 index? is 37, that is list 37, and now I'm entering inside this list just by giving a range. Now I'm entering inside this list 37 by giving the index value 0. So what is present at the index value 0? That is 37. So now I'm trying to modify this value, and what will be my output? What will be my answer? So my answer will be, you can see, the earlier in which I modified value of index 1 with 7. So for that, this is the output. And for the second one, this is the output. And you can see it clearly. Now 37 is changed with 90. Now 37 is changed with 19. So that's what I was trying to explain you.